Imagine NASA's budget as a cosmic pie. Surprise! Mars isn't hogging all the slices. If it were, we'd all be brushing red dust off tiny flags while NASA's cafeteria served nothing but freeze-dried potatoes. My Some folks think NASA pours truckloads of cash into Mars, like it's the hottest real estate in the galaxy, next to Beverly Hills, of course, and stars in every sci-fi flick since 1980. But truth be told, Mars gets the headlines, not the heavy spending. Facts. Despite its lead role, Mars missions don't guzzle most of NASA's funds. The agency's heart and wallet beat for Earth science, satellites, and the ever-busy International Space Station. Sure, robots roam the solar system. Cue both Mars rovers and not Mars rovers. And tech development keeps quietly raking in grants. When it comes to blasting humans to Mars, NASA's budget looks more like a motivational PowerPoint than a rocket bill. For 2024, NASA's total budget is about $25 billion. Yet Mars gets only a slim, almost calorie-free slice. Most potential Mars money is still Earthbound, probably stuck in committee, and definitely not fueling Elon Musk's tweet-per-second ambitions. Punch! If NASA really funneled most of its cash to Mars, we'd have astronauts farming potatoes while the rest of the agency survived on vending machine snacks. Cue dramatic music. Mars dreams are alive. The budget. Less so. Bridge. So next time someone claims NASA's burning cash to build Martian condos, remember, the bulk of the space pie supports Earth's needs, satellites overhead, and science in orbit. The red planet may spark wild dreams, but for now, the real spending is grounded, right here on the good old blue marble. Understanding NASA's budget priorities helps clarify common misconceptions about how astronauts experience space, including the myth about gravity. Ever wonder why astronauts look like they're starring in a slow-motion trampoline contest up in space? You might think they're just bouncing around with zero gravity, no strings or forces attached. But let's give this cosmic myth the cold, hard science treatment. Myth busted. Lots of folks assume astronauts float because gravity threw in the towel and left the building. If that were true, the moon would be out past Jupiter on a cosmic shopping spree by now, Earth's own runaway satellite. But nope, gravity sticks around like that one relative who never takes a hint. It's everywhere, even in orbit. So why aren't our spacefarers stuck to the floor, grumbling at Newton? Here's the galactic scoop. Astronauts aren't escaping gravity. They're in a permanent state of free fall. Yes, you read that right. They're falling with flair. Astronauts, spaceships, even floating lunch packs are all plummeting toward Earth at the same speed. Their spaceships just moving sideways so fast they keep missing the ground. That weightlessness, it's simply everything falling together. No floor to break the fall. And just to spice things up, gravity in low Earth orbit is still about 90% as strong as it is here on your couch. The only thing keeping astronauts from crashing into Earth is their lightning-fast sideways dash. More rocket than rock. So next time you see an astronaut effortlessly floating, remember, they're not flipping off gravity. They're masterfully dodging it, spinning round Earth forever in a cosmic ballroom dance. Turns out space isn't about beating gravity. It's about falling with style and giving Sir Isaac a wink while you do it. While gravity plays a role in how astronauts move, the environment of space also contributes to other surprising phenomena, like the silence of space. Ever wonder why no one in space can hear you scream, even when you stub your cosmic toe? Don't panic! You're not sentenced to a lifetime of painfully silent toe stubbing. The classic myth says space is an eerily absolute void, a cosmic library where even a sneeze gets shushed by a passing asteroid. Why do we buy into this? Blame Hollywood. Most sci-fi flicks cut to dramatic silence outside the ship because the alternative sounds like awkward radio static and muffled thuds. Not exactly Oscar material. Here's reality knocking on your helmet. Sound needs a medium. Air, water, steel, you name it. Space! It's the emptiest auditorium you'll find. No air, no molecules, no sound waves. Bang a drum out there, and the only feedback you'll get is your own echoing thoughts. Space, the universe's largest silent disco, no headphones necessary. But don't worry about losing your voice or your mind. Inside a spaceship, it's a regular symphony of hums and complaints because there is air to carry sound. And way out in the void, radio waves still get the message through. Houston will always pick up your call. Even black holes sing by wobbling space-time, though their songs are in frequencies so low and distant, they make whale songs sound like jingles. So remember, in space, no one hears your screams. And if you're blaming your crewmate for snatching the last snack bar, do it inside. Otherwise, you're just giving the silent void a good chuckle. Moving from the eerie quiet of space, it's important to reconsider dramatic ideas about cosmic objects like black holes. Black holes, the ultimate party poopers of the cosmos. Rumor has it they're the universe's hungriest guests, gulping down anything that strays too close. Galaxy's worst vacuum cleaners, heroically snatching snacks that don't belong to them. But hold up! If these cosmic critters were truly such master hoovers, you'd think the Milky Way would be cleaner than Grandma's house before Thanksgiving. Spotless, with not a single cosmic crumb in sight. Time to pop that black hole myth. These misunderstood monsters don't have any more super suction than your average hefty celestial object. A black hole's gravitational grip only turns terrifying if you sneak up to its event horizon, that infamous point of no return. Keep your cosmic distance, hand sanitizer optional, and you'll be just fine. In fact, if our sun suddenly morphed into a black hole without changing its mass, Earth would keep orbiting on its usual route. Same old dance, less sunshine, and maybe a side of existential dread. Once anything foolhardy crosses the event horizon, well, let's just say their return invite gets lost forever in the mail. But despite the event horizon's scary rep, space even a few planetary orbits away stays as cool as a cucumber, floating in deep space. Here's the twist. Black holes aren't even tidy eaters. Far from politely swallowing every stray atom, they're cosmic teenagers at an all-you-can-eat buffet, flinging food everywhere. Swirling disks of doomed matter whirl around them, outshining the black hole's darkness with a flashy spectacle that screams, "Hey, I'm eating here!" Astronomers spot black holes by watching these cosmic food fights in action. So next time you fret about space's ultimate vacuum, relax. Just don't get too close, and you'll leave the party with all your atoms. No lost luggage. Just as black holes are often misunderstood, so too are visuals from space, such as what's visible on Earth from orbit. Rumor has it astronauts are more likely to spot the Great Wall from space than their own lost car keys. Apparently, cosmic mythos has its priorities straight. Losing your Toyota's remote is a personal tragedy, but China's ancient architectural wonder. That's front row entertainment for the galaxy's grand sightseeing tour. The legend that the Great Wall is the only man-made object visible from space has wormed its way into school books, trivia shows, and more than a few pub quiz disasters. Meanwhile, pilots squint desperately, only to be done in by the cruel combo of geography and optics. Here's the unvarnished, telescope-polished truth. Astronauts say spotting the Great Wall, even from the cozy heights of low Earth orbit, is harder than finding Waldo at a striped shirt convention. Cities, by contrast, light up like a sparkling electric cabaret, stretching for hundreds of miles. Superman might see through walls, but even he would struggle to play I Spy with the wall from space, unless Krypton upgraded its lighting. The kicker? The wall isn't one glorious, glowing monument, but a patchwork of segments cleverly camouflaged against the dusty landscape. Meanwhile, modern cities blaze like neon confetti at a cosmic rave, their street grids glowing bright enough to keep 1,000,000 moths in disco mode. Roads, airports, even farmland patterns leave bolder signatures than the wildest dreams of ancient emperors. So next time someone boasts their name will echo through history, remind them, unless it's an LED, you're not catching an astronaut's eye. When it comes to extraterrestrial visibility, your neighborhood's streetlights have totally outshone imperial glory. Scoreboard, Cities 1, Great Wall 0. Skepticism about what can be seen from space sometimes parallels doubts about historic space achievements, including the authenticity of the moon landing. Imagine Neil Armstrong nervously whispering, "Line," as he shuffles onto a giant soundstage. Forget the lunar surface. Cue the director, NASA, sporting aviators, clipboard in hand, hovering near a craft services table piled high with tang. Welcome to the moon landing hoax theory, Hollywood edition, where tinfoil hats meet Tinseltown. Mythologists, or as YouTube calls them, expert commenters, unveil their evidence. Flags that wave without a breeze, disappearing stars, and lighting so dramatic even Instagram filters would throw in the towel. Clearly, Hollywood was in on it. After all, this was the golden age of practical effects and questionable hairpieces. But let's get real! If staging the moon landing was just a matter of sound stages and glue guns, why on earth did NASA bother marshaling thousands of stressed-out scientists, engineers, and astronauts? And if secrecy was the plan, maybe don't invite every rocket nerd in America to rehearsal day. Physics, too, plays its part. Moon dust floats and falls just as predicted. Astronauts hop around with the elegant awkwardness of low-gravity ballet, wigs intact, and, crucially, no director calling cut mid-bounce. As for Stanley Kubrick, the alleged cinematic mastermind behind the scenes, he was otherwise engaged, perfecting 2001, A Space Odyssey, and crafting effects so stunning even real astronauts felt underdressed. Logistically speaking, pulling off a flawless global conspiracy, easier to launch a rocket than keep 400,000 folks hush-hush for 5 decades. Try organizing a surprise birthday party without someone accidentally leaking the cake flavor. NASA shelled out billions to get there. Had they just used green screens and duct tape budgets, taxpayers would have danced in the streets. And those moon rocks? Shared worldwide, sparkling with genuine mineral bling. Turns out Earth just can't fake that. Sorry, conspiracy crew, sometimes truth is stranger and shinier than fiction. Whether or not the moon landing was faked, the reality of space travel includes wearing suits that serve vital purposes, despite their unusual appearance. Think astronauts look ready for the world's fluffiest wrestling match? Meet the spacesuit illusion. We see a crew of Michelin men, but that puffy armor isn't for style points or galactic sumo tryouts. It's the fashion equivalent of suiting up for the deadliest runway event, survival in space. Myth, surely nothing can stop a walking duvet with a fishbowl helmet, right? Spacesuits seem indestructible. Cue that epic slow-mo of fearless heroes bouncing weightlessly, sealed airtight in 14 layers of invincibility. Facts. In truth, these aren't suits of armor. Think high-tech camping gear zipped inside a vacuum-sealed bag. They keep astronauts from turning into freeze-dried jerky or cosmic barbecue, shielding against solar radiation and the vacuum's savage thirst for bodily fluids. Tiny, fast space debris? Yes, the suits got that covered. But full-on meteor rodeos? Dream on. One rogue spec and it's a wardrobe malfunction of biblical proportions. Punch. Picture this. Sweat-soaked, adult-diapered space warriors mincing about like stay-puffed marshmallow men, terrified not by aliens, but by the menace of a rogue bolt. Every crease and seam is a barricade against doom, yet the suit's still vulnerable to renegade popcorn-sized rocks and, heaven forbid, the sharp edges lurking on the International Space Station. Honestly, the actual stay-puffed marshmallow man might outlast them all. Just don't hand him any hot chocolate. Bridge! Astronauts may look ready for a cosmic pillow fight, but each suit's window of glory barely spans a dozen spacewalks before it's retired, like unsupervised marshmallows at a bonfire. So, while they might star in a zero-gravity baking show, remember, it's all about survival, not style. Their real runway is the razor-thin line between coming home safe and turning into space toast. Beyond astronaut equipment, it's fascinating to learn about the stars themselves and how many differ from our own sun. Ever look up at the night sky and think every twinkle is just a long-distance cousin of our sun? You're in good company. It's comforting to picture the universe as one big family barbecue, each star a friendly face around the celestial grill. But hold your space horses. This cosmic kinship needs a reality check. Here's a starry misconception. All those glittering dots are just suns with slightly different styles. Brighter, dimmer, maybe rocking a new cosmic haircut. The truth, If the sun crashed a star family reunion, most wouldn't recognize it unless someone brought sandwiches. Our sun, by galactic standards, is the quiet, middle-aged type. Stable, unflashy, probably sipping lukewarm coffee in the break room and minding its nuclear business. No shade on the sun or middle age. It's a vibe. Out in stellar society, things get wild. Stars are a mixed bag of the universe's overachievers and underdogs. Some are monstrous giants, flashing and flaming with reckless abandon, devouring their fuel like it's an all-you-can-eat cosmic buffet. Others are pint-sized faintlings, still pending official science term, barely visible unless you've got superhero eyesight. And those flashy show-offs you do notice? They burn hotter, bigger, and faster than our sun, living fast and dying young. Starlets desperate for a headline in the cosmic tabloids. Some stars aren't solo acts. They travel in pairs or groups. Think sitcom roommates with more hydrogen and fewer takeout boxes. Meanwhile, our sun sticks to classic awkward loner vibes, orbiting solo in the galactic cafeteria. So next time you stare at the stars, remember, not every sun travels in packs or shines the same way. Some just prefer to burn quietly on their own.